Hey, welcome to the South Pod, where we break down the stories, the stats, and the surprises of the NFC South. We're gonna be tapping into one of the most disrespected divisions of football. That's right, our division. I got with me my boy Telly, aka Frodo. ATL Falcons rides up. My other boy Rich, up and coming Carolina Panthers. We're gonna see what they got going on this year. And last but not least, we got my boy Will, aka Kratos, the War God. Ain't no war going on in our New Orleans, but we gonna see what's good. Ain't no war going on. So we about to get into it, y'all. Will, how you feeling?
Woo! Feeling good, fellas. What's happening? What's going
What it
on?
do?
What's going
What
on?
it do?
Tampa, Atlanta,
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
happening
sir.
with y'all, baby?
What's good, bro?
Yes,
What's
sir.
Week
good? What's
one.
good? Well, check it out, y'all. So, week one, round the corner. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? So, I'm gonna start this bad boy off first. Kool-Aid, aka Corey Moore.
Kool-Aid.
How will Tampa Bay Buccaneers fare against Washington Commanders in week one of the regular season, brother? Come on.
I'm glad you asked it, man. We've been talking about that, I think, offline for a minute. Everybody knows we don't do well with rookie quarterbacks, brand new starting quarterbacks or whatever, particularly ones that can run. Bowles ain't been able to identify. I don't know. His scheme just don't fit because he don't adjust to the second half. So we'll see. I'm gonna talk more about the key matchups later on in the segment, but yeah, I think we're gonna fare pretty well. They got us like minus 3.5, so I'm confident, but I ain't all the way there yet. But it's
Okay.
gonna be a good game.
All right. Bet that. All right. Do you feel good about your offense and for what you've seen so far in the preseason?
That's a good question. The one drive I saw, yeah, that was against Miami, but none of the starters was in there. But from what I've been seeing, Liam, my new offensive coordinator, I like what he's doing. Number one, Mike is in motion this year. Usually your number one stay on one side, like Peyton them used to do with Marvin Harris and Reggie Wayne. This year, Mike in motion. So I'm liking what's going on. Godwin's back in the slot. That's gonna be deadly. So your one and two corners, you got the outside, but I don't think nobody messing with Godwin in the slot. That's not happening. So I'm liking the way the offense is going on right now.
All
I
right.
think we're gonna put up more points this year.
Okay, cool. Hey, I love it. All right. How about the defense? Will they be able to contain Jaden Daniels?
That's the key, Will.
Yeah.
We got younger. We got younger this year, younger and faster. I like it. So the DNs, I'm still, kind of iffy on one side. Y'all gonna do his thing on the right side. We still trying to figure out what Triangle gonna do on that left side or whatever, which is why they didn't pick up his option. So I think that area right there is gonna determine how well this defense flows. Everybody gonna be running to the ball because, like I said, we got Whitehead back in the secondary with Winfield. As you remember, that was a Super Bowl run with them two in the backfield.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. That safety duo should be able to cover a lot of mistakes if we make any. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay. Bet.
Hey,
All right.
Will, just to add on something that Corey said, it was kind of, it's kind of keto, and I agree with him. He's talking about the matchups against, rookie quarterbacks, and just looking at it, Tampa Bay is actually 10-5 against rookie quarterbacks. So I mean, they have a good shot, and they're going to play two rookie quarterbacks in week one, with Jaden Daniels, in week three with Bo Nix.
Absolutely.
So long as they don't actually have a hiccup and have another CJ Stroud moment where that boy threw for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Rich. Hey, Rich. I'm glad you touched on that. Hey, hold on.
Okay.
I'm glad you touched on that because if you listen, hey, 3 of them touchdowns was on one corner, and he in Detroit now. I'm so glad. Man, I'm so glad. And listen,
that's what you got to do.
He didn't just contest it and catch him. He really got beat. This is supposed to be the number one corner. He really got beat on all of that, man. Made CJ Stroud look like they drove down the field in 30 seconds.
They made him look like a Hall of Famer.
Right after, listen, and Baker drove down the field. Baker was clutch. We scored, went up. 30 seconds left, man. How you supposed to lose that game?
Yeah,
No
I don't
way.
know, man. That was a good game. So
No way.
I think you guys, looking at your records and your history against rookie quarterbacks, you guys stand a good chance. But like you said, you guys struggle with running quarterbacks, and we if you watch Jaden Daniels play when he was at LSU, that boy can sling the ball and that boy can get out and actually run. That's the reason why he won the Heisman Trophy. So that's a scary game. That's a scary game. But like you said, those defensive ends, if they can contain, keep that boy in the pocket, bring that pressure to him, you get him around a little bit. I think things will fare out well for Tampa Bay, but that's an interesting matchup and one that I'm actually looking forward to out of all these games coming up.
If he's throwing, we good. If he's running and throwing,
oh yeah,
it's gonna be a problem.
It's going. yeah. All right. So who do you think will stand out on your offense that will give y'all the edge for the W?
Whoo, Baker. Baker got something to prove.
Okay.
He got the bag, and everybody say he gets comfortable when he get the bag. So it's got to be Baker. It's got to be Baker. Period.
All right. Same thing. Again, who do you think will stand out on defense that's going to give y'all that edge? Who's going to be that one to rile everybody up? I'm talking about like, hey, bring it.
Until proven otherwise, Winfield.
Okay.
That's it.
Bet. All right. So, I have to come to you, Carolina. I got to. All right, Carolina.
Oh, y'all play each other this weekend.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So, check this out. All right, Carolina, how will y'all fare against the Saints in week 1 of the regular season?
Well, my son didn't go to the store like I wanted him to because I already had it prepared. I was going to have a garbage bag. And, I know it ain't Halloween yet, but we're going to actually be the Saints. With that being said, man, I think, we have an up-and-coming team. There's a lot of holes, and I think there's a lot of improvement on the team. But I'm faithful and I'm loyal, and I think we're going to come out this thing with the W. Just looking back, since 2017, New Orleans have won 11 of the last 15 goddamn games. So something got to give. Something got to give. You guys overall have a 3-game edge on us as far as, our matchups and, history, but something got to give, man. Losing 11 out of 15 games in 2017, that's not a good look. And if we actually plan to actually try to get to the top of the NFC South, that starts with you guys. That starts with you guys, and we have to get that W.
All right. I know y'all in the midst of rebuilding, right? And what I think, this is just me, I think we're gonna pull that W off with a 3 by 3 for the Saints. And
did you just knock on wood?
I didn't knock on wood.
That was my tripod that fell down with my phone.
He over here looking for all kind of lucky charms.
Hey, even my tripod fell like bullshit laughing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, your defense. Remember that your defense. Now I'll give it with y'all offense, but your defense is where y'all got y'all holes.
Yeah, there are some holes, man, and we lost some key contributors, and just going back when you ask Corey the question, I think for us on the offensive side, the keys to the game definitely has to be Bryce Young. Not only that, that offensive line. Bryce Young was sacked 62 times last year. That was second most in the league. So they got to protect that boy. They have to protect him. And when I look at on the defensive side of the ball, Jackson, the cornerback, he has to play well, man, because Chris Olave is a stud.
Yeah.
I can't front, man. Chris Olave is a stud. So he has to hold up his end. I think the front row will probably contain Alvin Kamara. Because I think he's more caught up with, Tia Cooper than playing football. So I think we'll be okay.
All right. So my question, do you feel good about your offense and what you've seen so far within the preseason?
in the preseason, I mean, we finished 1-2. There were some moments, but I think Corey mentioned it, during a previous podcast, guys are out there putting in their resumes to try to get jobs. And Telly mentioned it too. Guys are out there just putting in their resume to try to get jobs. So you don't really see a really good indication of what the season could be potentially like. I think there were moments, there was flashes. So I'm an optimist, man. I'm actually looking forward to it. And like I say, with Canales in there, I think Bryce Young will have a much better year than he had last year. So it's to be seen, brother.
Okay. All right. How will defense? I don't even want to say his name, man. I don't even want to say his name. God, I don't want to say his. It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. But how will your defense contain Derek Carr?
By letting Carr continue on the legacy of the Carr name. Let him kill himself. Let him kill himself. When you look back, man, last year I was looking at his numbers. Derek Carr didn't really have that bad of a year. Listen. That man threw for 3,878 yards with a 65% completion rate with 25 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I think what actually got to Derek Carr, which always get to the Carr brothers, is this right here, making those mental mistakes. So that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on him to make those mental mistakes and make those stupid errors that'll give us a chance to actually come out of there with a win, man. That's what I'm banking on.
I think it's going to be a close game, man. Honestly, because we both in the midst of rebuilding. Whereas Tampa and Atlanta, they got some monsters. And Atlanta is picked, and I'm saying it, but I'm also gonna humble myself. Atlanta is picked to win the division this year.
Yeah. Atlanta is picked, like we discussed before. Atlanta is picked to win the South, and rightfully so. When you actually look at what they have on paper, and if you looked at the latest power rankings, you guys in particular are 28, and I'm not going to even say who's the cellar dweller, but hey, we're pulling up the rear, and rightfully so, based off our performance last year. So there's a lot of room for improvement, and we have a lot to actually go out and improve. We have a lot to prove, man, out there to the naysayers and stuff. So I'm looking forward, man, to Sunday, that matchup with the Saints. I wish I had enough time, man, and things not going on. I would have actually got down there to go to that game, man. One of my boys, Kate Dollars, he's a huge Saint fan. Another former Marine, he's going to be there, man. But I had prior obligations, so I wasn't fortunate enough to be there for that game and root for the Panthers, and hopefully got out of there alive after the victory. So, yeah.
All right. So you did answer the question about Dolphins. What do you think? Who do you think will stand out on your defense?
Jackson, like I said earlier, the cornerback Jackson. Like I said, he has to shed Chris Olave now. I think Chris Olave is probably the most potent weapon that you guys got. In New Orleans. I mean, Alvin Kamara, he's shown in the past that he can be that guy. I just don't know, man, just how he's going to actually come out and focus and actually play this year, and that's to be seen. When you listen to some of the other podcasts or some of the quote unquote experts, they're expecting Kamara to get off on the Panthers. I don't think that's the case. I think they're overshadowing what Olave brings to the table. And looking at his numbers last year, he looked pretty good, man. He had 87 receptions for over 1,000 yards. And I think that could potentially continue this year, but Jackson has to shut that boy down.
Okay, all right. Well, time to get to them Falcons. Atlanta. How will the Falcons fare against the Steelers?
We already had a cue.
What? Go ahead, boy. Go ahead.
Bullshit.
Of course, we are ready. Let's do it.
All right. So, how will Atlanta fare against the Steelers in week 1 of the regular season?
Speaking honestly, it's going to be a close game. Honestly, because I think from a defensive perspective, on paper, for us anyway, we shored up some holes that we didn't have, right? That we needed filling. With Judon, adding Simmons to the mix is going to do some things in the back. I think the biggest thing it does is it helped AJ Terrell, as well, be a better corner because now you have two safeties. There's not really much you can do in that back, on that dime defense back there. So I think that helps us a lot. Judon obviously getting after the quarterback, they have to account for him, which is going to open up the middle for the rookie we got. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name because it sounds like a whole bunch of, I don't know what it is, like I'm saying something backwards. And then obviously Brady Jarrett, who was a beast inside. Last year he was having a really good season until he got injured. So the good thing about it, he got injured, so a part of the season where it allowed him a lot of time to rehab. So I'm looking forward to him doing what he did last year and more. With him having that in the backup, got some other players on that defensive line, I think that's going to be problematic for Pittsburgh because
Hey,
it's a hater in the room. It's a hater in the room. It's okay. It's a hater in the room.
all right.
But you got I think the difference between teams is going to be offensively. So if our offense has all the tools now, I think that we need. We got two good running backs. We got a good unicorn, aka tight end. Then we got London on the outside, which is a big receiver, and then those other pieces open up some space for them to operate. So I like that. Kirk Cousins, he do all his damage down the middle, so that's why I think in between the hashes that leaves space for Pitts to cause problems on defense down the middle. But on the other side of the ball, the Steelers, I think their most potent weapon is their coach.
Okay.
Because I don't have a lot of confidence in Russ. I don't think he's going to last to probably maybe game 3, if that. Then he'll be moved out of the way because Russ holds the ball too much, and with a team like a line like ours, potentially a line like ours, that's going to bode well for us on defense. So it's going to be a close game, but I think we'll pull it out, by at least a touchdown.
All right.
Hey, Tilly, I saw today a little ticker or whatever that they doing like Pitts like we do Mike Evans. Is always the hamstring. He ain't practicing.
Right,
So,
right. It's a little slight tweak, but nothing gonna keep him out of the game 1. So I saw that too.
Yeah, just maintenance, making sure he's good. And hell, he needs to play because I drafted him today. Based off what you said, based off what you said, Telly, with London on the outside and looking at Kirk Cousins' game, and I think Kyle Pitts going to see that ball a lot, and he's going to be, that emergency dump off, and a player that's going to make Kirk Cousins shine and actually open up everything on that offense for Atlanta. However, I will remind you of this. The last game they played against Pittsburgh, which was a close game in 2022, they lost. And their overall record against Pittsburgh is 15-2-1. Right. So when you're looking at the numbers, you're like, okay, history's on the side of Pittsburgh's. However, I do agree with you about Russell Wilson. I'm not sure how long he's actually going to last throughout the season. And I think that is a huge variable. And like I think we talked about before, I would play all Futures music all day in the stadium. I would even have him come there. I would even have him come there for halftime. That's what I would have did.
Show him on the jumbotron. Yeah, show him on the jumbotron, man.
Absolutely. Right. That's what I would have done. So that's another intriguing matchup, man, to actually kind of see. I like Russell Wilson. I just don't know if he's going to make it throughout the season before, Mike Tomlin pull, the chain on him and put, Justin Fields in there though. But history is not on the side of Atlanta when you look at the matchups. But I do think Atlanta has a lot of weapons, and it's just a matter of Kirk Cousins, getting the ball to those weapons and being, like Cam says, a game manager. You ain't a game changer, be a game manager and play within your capabilities, play within your talent set, get that ball to those guys that make plays. And I think Atlanta should pull that game out. But like I said, history ain't on the side of them when you look at, their overall records against Pittsburgh and the loss against them in they lost in 2022 to Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I think that stats are good. We know they have their place, right? So if you look at those, that's 17 years. For probably 85% of that time, they had Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And we did have Matt Ryan in a couple of years that we did beat them. But for the most part, our offense around Matt Ryan was lacking. All right. So now last year we didn't have a quarterback. You can put all three of those guys together and still couldn't make one good quarterback. So we lost a few games we should have pulled out, but just when you don't have a true game, like you said, even a game manager in those cases will help us out. But
yeah, absolutely.
I think we've improved in that area. So like I said, I think Steelers' best weapon is their coach. So that to me that's why the game would be close. If they had a different coach, then it wouldn't be close.
But yeah, I kind of agree with Telly. It's going to be a close game. I disagree with you, Rich, on the fact that maybe you didn't mean it like this, but you said Pitts is going to be his outlet. Pitts ain't going to be a dunking player. They stretching the field with Pitts. That's the only way you're going to keep Fitzpatrick and the other safeties off the line. Because if they doing that, they moving Fitzpatrick up. And that's just going to make Kirk going to get touched a little bit. He going to get touched this game. TJ Watt, that's a key matchup right there. TJ Watt and Kirk being able to get away from him. I've been watching Pittsburgh, even though I hate him. Whatever. Bro, TJ Watt is an animal.
And that's my whole point about you going to your outlet. You actually checking down plays. You're not gonna have enough time to really stretch that ball down the field if the offensive line is not picking up. So I'm going to my outlets. Outlets. Kyle Pitts is a matchup nightmare.
Yeah, he's like a stretch four in basketball.
Absolutely.
That boy, he built different at a tight end. But the fact of the matter is, he was a receiver in Florida, but he couldn't beat out the top three, so he was smart. He moved to tight end. I'm saying? Which panned out for him. But I'm just saying, Kirk coming off this ACL, TJ Watt is going to be feast on him, and we will see what happens. That's why I think if they dink the ball, it's going to be Bijan. They get off.
Right, yeah. To counter Watt, man, our offensive line is pretty good. So we did good last year. They got pressure, but they give you a little bit. You have enough time to get rid of the ball, and I think the fact that we have two good running backs, he can't pin his ear back and come after, and they don't have a potent offense. So if we get up on them on points. They won't get up on us on points like that, so he can't really pin his ear back because it would make a one-dimensional if the point differential is there. But because the offense sucks, I don't see that happening. So the game itself could keep Watt in somewhat of a check. Is he going to get sacks? Is he going to get pressure? Yes, he is, because he's a great player. But I think that the other factors is going to kind of limit him having a monster game against our team.
And just for further clarification, Corey, just, looking on that defensive side of the ball with Pittsburgh, Hayward's going to push that pressure inside. Atlanta had the pocket. That's what I'm saying. So Atlanta had Ritter was sacked 31 times last year. Some of it was his own damn fault.
A lot of it.
Kirk Cousins is not as mobile. Kirk Cousins is not as mobile as a Desmond Ritter. So when I say that, not necessarily dunk it to Kyle Pitts, I'm going to my outlets. Like Telly said, Bijan Robinson will be that outlet. Tyler Gill will be that outlet, as well as Kyle Pitts, because he's a nightmare matchup. On the outside, Drake London is actually he ain't fast, but he's going to stretch the field somewhat with those other receivers that's going to create problems. There's not a linebacker in the league that can stay with Kyle Pitts. I don't care if you did a hybrid of all the Hall of Famer linebackers. There's not one in the league that can stay with that boy because of the talent that he has and he brings to the table. So that's what I mean, that he's going to be Kirk Cousins' safety outlet. Not necessarily no 3-5 yard dinking, 7 yard dinking passes, but when that pressure starts to come up the middle from Hayward and from the outside from TJ Watt, you got to throw the ball to somebody, and hopefully you ain't throwing it to the Pittsburgh player.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That dang ATL is gonna be on fire Sunday.
Oh yeah.
If Pittsburgh can withstand that first quarter, because it's gonna be chaotic in that world. They the sexy pick right now. You got Kirk Cousins coming to the NFC South trying to get that Brady love. Remember how Green said Pierce was trying to get that Kobe love when he went to the Clippers. Cousins like, so Brady want a ring in the South. Let me go down here, try to get me some Brady love.
Yeah.
I mean some of that, but you were talking about power rankings earlier, right? So there's a tight competition between analysts and Sunday or Monday morning quarterbacks, couch quarterbacks, you call them, between the Falcons and the Bucs. So in one list, there's the Bucs is higher rated than the Falcons. Another list, the Falcons are higher rated, but there's not a lot of separation between them in the ratings, right? So they, of course, Corey, they're giving y'all a lot of credit for Baker, and for y'all defense, rightfully so, right? I still out on Baker, but defense definitely there.
You and me both.
Two mega safeties you got there. You got obviously a big man outside that's going to draw some attention, but I am skeptical of your offensive coordinator. His the way he calls plays. He's a play action pass kind of guy, and that's not Baker's thing.
He likes to move the pocket. Yeah,
right.
He likes to move the pocket.
Right. So are you going to keep Baker under center, or are you going to put or in the shotgun? How are we going to run Baker this year? He did well last year in the shotgun. He doesn't do well under center because he did that. He didn't do well in LA. He didn't do well in Cleveland with that. And the guy that's coming in as your offensive coordinator is the guy that came from the Rams, and he worked with Baker. So that the relationship is there, but what kind of offense is he going to call for Baker? So I think that's why it's a toss-up. I mean, like that on paper, my team looks great, but paper it burns. So we'll see what it looks like when they actually hit them pads.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Will.
No, go ahead, Rich.
No, those are great points, Telly, when you're talking about the degrees of separation, because right now, they got Atlanta and the power rankings at 14 and Tampa Bay at 15. So, we talk about, Baker Mayfield and that new offensive coordinator. My question to Corey, do you think Baker Mayfield is actually going to have a better season with this new offensive coordinator than he did last year? And let me give you his numbers before you answer that question. He was number 9 in passing last year.
Right. Yes, sir.
He threw for 4,044 yards, a 64 completion rate, 28 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. However, he was sacked 6th most in the NFL last year. Part of that, just like Desmond Ritter, was his own damn fault. And like Telly says, he doesn't do well under center. Do you think Baker Mayfield will have a better season than he did last year?
I do not. I think it'll be around the same. And this is why I'm saying this. Because we're gonna run the ball this year. Contrary to popular belief, we're gonna run the ball. Like Telly said, he couldn't play on the center. That was an issue. And we got a new offensive coordinator. What did we do in the offseason? We addressed the offensive line. That's what we did. So, contrary to popular belief, we're going to be running the ball a lot this year, and people will start to see that. I mean, if you put both teams together, lot on paper, Atlanta and Tampa, we basically the same. They got a Bijan. Y'all about to see our Bijan. Rashad. Only thing we don't have is a power back. Rashad White and Bijan is like the same to me. Bucky Irvin is just like Bijan also. So telling them when it boils down to it, they can line up and bust you in the mouth. You know, we gonna be sweeping. We gonna be sweeping and quick screens and all that, but they're gonna run the ball. So they're basically the same. That's why I when I see the little rankings, like I say when they put us somewhere, I say, okay, where's Atlanta? And sure enough, every single one right behind.
Yeah,
Flip flop or whatever. So
yeah,
that's telling me y'all don't pay attention to us. You just
yeah.
got shit up there because y'all want to get that out the way and talk about your little Niners,
They're
Eagles.
favorites.
You
They're
know,
favorites.
yeah, they're favorites, man. That's why I
Don't
hate
say it,
listening to
Corey.
them.
Don't say it. Don't say that goddamn name.
The
Don't
darlings,
say that name, Corey.
the darlings of
I ain't gonna
Because
say
you know,
it.
hey, he did say he was gonna say something.
Don't
Every
say
I
time.
ain't
it.
gonna say it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
So,
say it.
so Corey, I mean, with the addition of Bucky Irvin, I do think Tampa Bay probably going to run the ball a little bit more. I think they're going to spread load it a little bit more as they should because
Yeah.
last year Rashard White was second in the league with
Oh
carries.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And when you look at it, do you think that's ideal for Rashard White with his build and longevity in the NFL? Do you think that he should actually carry that ball for 272 carries of the season? But do you think that that'll be spread low with Bucky Irvin and spread low with Baker Mayfield passing that ball a little bit? How you see that playing out?
I agree. He ain't built to carry that load.
Yeah.
We got a dark horse. I'm not even gonna mention his name. We got a dark horse in the backfield, the number 3 running back. I'm not even gonna mention his name. We're gonna be good.
Hey,
We're
let
gonna be
me
good.
know. Let me know so
You'll
I can
see.
let me know so I can pull a New Orleans Saints and get Bounty Gate going on.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
Rich, we got a dark horse. I'm telling you. We got a 3-headed monster in the backfield. It's happening. And
Hey,
then
man, what we
real
talking
quick,
about
tell
old
it
stuff, man?
real quick though. Rich, you said us spreading the ball out. That is key. Go look at my receivers 1 through 4. That's all I'm gonna say. WR1 through WR4.
Let's do that right now.
And tell me any team we play got 4 badass cornerbacks. 4 that they can put on the field.
No,
So you look at all y'all look at y'all receivers 1 through 4 and let who got the best. Keep it above. Go take a look.
all right, let's look at this.
Let's see what you're saying. Because I do know that y'all need to run the ball better. What got y'all in trouble last year? Y'all didn't run the ball well on first and second down.
At all, Tilly. At all.
So the third quarter heroic, I mean the third down heroics y'all had last year won't help y'all this year if y'all can't run the ball well on first and second down. So I know the emphasis is quiet, ain't sexy, but y'all put the emphasis in the right place of getting your line a little bit better than it was last year. And then getting White some help in the backfield. So I think y'all gonna like you said, that's gonna be the attention there. As long as you don't play a team that can sling the rock and get up on y'all and score, then that's going to eliminate that and put it all on Baker's shoulders. That's going to be a problem for y'all.
All right. Well, check it out. So, do you feel good about your offense from what you've seen so far? ATL.
Oh, yeah. I think our offense is it has what I think it needs for us to be successful. And the only question mark it is how healthy is that Achilles for Kirk, right? I don't need him to be able to run the ball, but being able to step up into the pocket with confidence and maybe roll left or right when required, to
Yeah.
get away from past monsters, past pass rush monsters like J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Uh, that's all he needs to do for me. He doesn't. I don't need him to run the ball. I just need him to be able to do that and get out of dodge. Get outside the pocket and throw the ball away. Live to play another day. That's all I need him to do. So his IQ, his preparation for the game, I think is all top notch. Before he got injured, he was leading the league, or not leading the league, but he was in the top 5 or 10 in the league that in accuracy and percentage for a quarterback. So that's all I need from him. If he give us that, then we'll be all right.
All right. So who do you think will stand out on offense for the Falcons?
I think everybody's seeing it, man. Everybody is wanting to see it, and I do too. And that's Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
I think I was on the fence earlier. I was thinking about, is it Drake London, but I think it's more Pitts in this case.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain.
Pitts has to have that year, that year that we all been waiting for. First year he did really well under Matt Ryan. Then the last 2 years he struggled because he didn't have anybody, and then he was injured. So last year he had 600 and plus yards receiving, had a few touchdowns, which he struggled in getting that, which is shocking if you have somebody that big along, you're down in the goal line, the red zone. Why he's not a target? I don't understand that one, but that's Arthur Smith offense. So,
That's bad coaching, bro.
yeah, Arthur Smith. So yeah, I think it's got to be him. It's got to be him. I'm expecting big things.
All right. So who do you think is going to stand out on defense for the W?
Everybody's looking at the additions that we had, but I actually like our rookie defensive tackle. I think he's Aurora. I think is his name. Is how you say it. I think he's a sneaky pick that we got, and I think he's going to cause some damage in the middle of that line. So that's what I'm looking for on defense to cause some problems. The rookie of all.
Okay. Well, Carolina, again, I'm saying 3. I'm saying by 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep saying it because it's gonna be a close game, man.
Knock on wood.
Okay. I mean, we will see. On Sunday. I was watching something the other day, and the guy said that he'd rather be given birth than to watch the Carolina Panthers in the Saints game.
Oh my God!
because of where we stand at, and like you said, man, everybody's looking forward to the prima donnas of the NFL, the darlings of the NFL. So, like we've all discussed, the NFC South is actually overlooked. I mean, they're looking past us. They're talking about, the Kansas Cities of the world, and like someone said before, Greeny is a Aaron Rodgers groupie.
Oh my God.
Groupie. And this dude said that his Super Bowl picks, check this out. His Super Bowl picks is the Jets against Green Bay. And I'm sitting back like, how the hell do you think that's going to play out? Like how? Like I mean I don't actually see it. But I think, man, when you look at the NFC South, and I know Will, you and myself, our teams are actually in a rebuilding phase, and it's definitely a steep challenge. And it pains me to say this, but I got to give credit where credit is due. The teams that I'm looking at, are Atlanta and Tampa Bay because of what they have on that paper. And if they can put everything together, and you
got somebody smiling over there, D.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but alleviate or try to prevent any type of major injuries. Somebody for the NFC South could definitely be representing. representing us in the Super Bowl. I don't think it's us. I mean, we have a lot of room for growth. Although I think we'll have a much productive season than last year. But I think, people are definitely overlooking the South. And I think one of the biggest things too that people kind of actually just like not really looking at is how deep and how talented Atlanta's defense truly is.
Yeah.
Everybody's already aware of what Tampa Bay brings to the table. Corey mentioned already he got rid of the cornerback who gave up historic numbers. CJ Stroud.
Hey, I think that was the game that CJ was put on the map.
Hey.
That because he came back, Mr. Clutch.
Hey,
thanks to Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis, now Detroit Lion. Ooh.
Hey, if CJ Stroud makes the Hall of Fame, he should invite him to his Hall of Fame speech. He played a very integral role with him actually getting there, no doubt. But
he gotta be like hit him with that Durant. Hey, hit him with that Durant. You the
My
real
mom
MVP.
is the MVP. Carlton Davis is the real MVP.
You the real MVP. Come on, man.
But real talk, bro, man. I think that we will pull the W out, and I just think people truly overlooking the potential that the NFC South has, because we place labels on certain players in the NFC South based off their past. Tell me why everybody's still talking about Baker Mayfield planting a goddamn flag when he was in college. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait for the season to kick off tomorrow. Although none of our teams are playing, but I can't wait to the season kick off tomorrow. I can't wait to Sunday for those matchups, in particular us. I gotta make sure my region catch it because it is the Panthers and the Saints. So I'm gonna probably have to stream it somewhere.
YouTube TV.
It's probably not gonna be a lot of viewers, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me too. All right. So all jokes aside, I guess that game one is going to basically show what we actually capable of, what we need to work on, and where we need to stay. I guess stay here and maintain this or bump it up a notch. That's how I feel with my Saints. Kamara, he's going to need to take a couple of shots. Now I'm knocking on wood because I don't want Kamara to get hurt, even though we do have Jamal Williams in the back. I am looking for Olave, Rashid Shaheed, because we got some receivers. So it's not like our offense is bad. I'm more so worried about Carr and his mindset. Mm-hmm. And if not, bring in my third string, Spencer, which I keep wanting to say Steven Rattler for some reason. But Spencer Rattler, I know. But because I want to see what this guy's capable of. Honestly,
your defense is old, Will.
Yeah,
your defense is old, man. I looked it up. You and Carolina are in the top 5 for our oldest teams, age-wise, as far as players and stuff. They're old, so I don't think y'all gonna be able to carry that weight anymore, man.
But you know what, man? I mean, I think
that's also comes with wisdom.
It does come with wisdom, and it does come with experience. However, we're talking about a physical game, though. We're talking about a physical game, and that just actually goes for your point is the owners are cheap. They don't want to actually bring in the integral pieces that's actually going to help their franchise. They're just trying to look at how much money or revenue that they can generate instead of making those teams better. For us, when you look at the offensive side of the ball, come on, man.
Thielen's your number one.
Yeah, my 2-year-old is running better routes than Adam Thielen, and she's faster. Come on, bro.
I love it.
Hey,
she's faster.
How much we should pay her?
What I pay her? Oh, that's
Yeah.
my world. She get whatever she want.
$100 million.
She
Yeah.
will have
The
the
league,
richest
she get
contract
$100
in
million.
the NFL.
She get that Kirk Cousins guarantee.
Oh, they
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey,
All right.
when you see guaranteed contract in a damn dictionary, you see Kirk Cousins' face next to that mother talking
Yeah.
about.
Bruh.
Absolutely.
Hey, tell it,
Hey,
but
even with her
this-
potty breaks, she getting a guarantee.
Right.
yeah. Speaking of Cousins, this is the last positive thing I'm gonna say this whole podcast about Atlanta. If Kirk Cousins plays like Minnesota Cousins, we ain't got no chance. We
Yeah,
don't have a chance.
because that ball
We
was
don't have a
slinging.
chance.
That ball was slinging.
If he plays like he played in Minnesota before the ACL, and that
Yeah.
was with Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league. Now he got a few. He had weapons in Minnesota, but these
yeah,
weapons are a little more hungrier. They hungry,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they
ATL
they
is
hungry.
hungry.
The city is thriving to be competitive, so it's gonna be crazy. They gonna get a lot of wins off of what's that word? Momentum alone.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a lot of wins like that they would have normally lost last year. Probably gonna be blowouts.
And as Rich say, just play nothing but future.
Yeah. But, hey, question for you guys, man. Interesting stuff. But not March Madness though. It's football season.
That boy,
season.
he about to make me mute his mic. He about to make me mute his mic, man.
Hey, interesting question. I got a question for you guys. How many 1,000-yard rushes did the NFC South have last year?
Ooh. I know Bijan had 987 and Rashad was 979 or something like that or whatever. I
don't think we had.
I don't know.
Zero.
No.
Not one. So here's the numbers. Rashad White was 14th in the league with 990 yards with 6 touchdowns.
Okay.
Bijan was 15th, right behind him, with 976 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Chuba Hubbard out of Carolina, 902 yards with 5 touchdowns. And bringing up the rears, Alvin Kamara with 694 and 5 touchdowns. Caveat to that, he only played 13 games. So out of all those running backs, my question to you guys, do you think this year the NFC South will have 4 1,000-yard rushers, and who would actually be leading the way?
No.
Kelly said no.
Not yet. I think it's going to be concerted effort by both Tampa, like I said earlier, to put more emphasis on their rush game. They got a nice little running back out of Oregon, who could do some damage for them too. But I think he won't be a 1,000-yard rusher, obviously. But I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on their running game, and so will we, because Bijan should have easily had a 1,000-yard game, but he got too many times where Arthur Smith didn't run him like he should have ran him. It's ridiculous. But Hubbard, I think his numbers will be about what they were last year. I'm still not sold on your offensive line just yet, although it's improved from last year. If play calling is anything, y'all should be about the same number. But yeah, New Orleans. Kamara gonna be hurt. He's gonna be hurt again.
Don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, man. You know how it is, man. That dude, he's been a little bit soft tissue big toe problems for a couple of years. He's kind of balanced. He's not. I don't think he had a full season the last 2 years.
No,
he's either gonna be either gonna be hurt or he's gonna be traded by the deadline.
Okay,
I'm calling it now.
Yeah. So that's my input.
Okay, I think there's potential there. I personally think that Rashad White as well as Bijan, depends on how everything goes with Dave Canales, but Dave Canales is he favors quarterback. I think those two guys will actually rush for over 1,000 yards. I think so, in my personal opinion. Another question to you guys, and I know we got to wrap it up in a little bit.
Yeah, I still got some more questions.
Oh, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
All right.
My bad.
All right. So, as we was talking about week 1, and this go back to Kool-Aid again. Y'all have the Broncos in week 2. What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Blowout. Next.
Broncos. I thought the Broncos was week 3.
No, that's
We
week
got
2.
week 3 is the Broncos. Week 2 is
Oh, it
Detroit.
is?
Yeah, week
Yeah.
3 is the Broncos. That's Bo Nix. Remember I said earlier they got Jaden Daniels quarterback in week 1.
Yeah.
Week 3, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Detroit, play hard, probably ain't gonna be good enough, lose by 3. Then we're gonna come back home and take it out on Denver. It's gonna be a blowout. And then we're gonna get ready for the Eagles. We
That's
got
gonna be a good game, man.
That's tough
we
schedule.
got a gauntlet.
Yeah.
We got a gauntlet because then we got Kansas City. That's a
Yep.
gauntlet, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be out. That's how
So y'all got Falcons after y'all played the Eagles.
Yeah, then Kansas City, right? If you're looking at the schedule, right there.
No, then the Saints. Y'all have,
Hold up.
we have Kansas City. Y'all don't. Y'all
Yeah,
have Kansas City in week 9.
We got Kansas City in week 2.
Yeah, you'll play me both
Commanders, Lions, Broncos, Eagles, Falcons.
times. Saints, Baltimore.
That must have changed.
Falcons again, and then y'all play Kansas City in week 9. We play Kansas City before y'all do.
Yeah.
You see how they got us going back to back, Kelly?
Fact.
You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, normally they spread us out, and
So like
Throughout the
towards
season.
the end of the
we play
season.
in December, but this
Yeah.
year they jumbled it up. I was surprised we played so soon in the season, early in the season, but it's all good.
All right, Carolina. How do y'all feel about the Raiders?
How do I feel about the Raiders?
Yeah, week 2.
That's a W. Who's quarterbacking for the Raiders?
Miss you, baby. He gonna miss you, y'all ass.
Yeah, miss me with that bullshit. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Hey,
Miss you, cashews. We're gonna eat that ass up.
yo. So
Hey.
Devontae Adams ain't gonna get on? That what you saying?
No.
I don't care. He can.
Devontae is disgruntled, man.
He's very disgruntled. I don't know if you guys watched the receiver.
Yeah,
You seen that, Telly?
yeah, I've seen it.
Bro,
He's toxic for that team, to be honest with
he
you.
is. You absolutely right, man. I think he is, man, because I think he made a mistake. He knows he made a mistake.
Yeah.
He's not
Facts.
going to actually admit it. He made a
Mhm.
mistake
Yep.
actually going there.
Yep.
Just like, I'm not sure if you guys like to play dominoes all the time. And I mean, it's a little bit different. All money ain't good money.
True.
You know what I'm saying? All
Right.
money ain't good money. When you put yourself in a situation that you know it ain't a win for you, you're gonna bring a toxicity to that team that's just gonna go all downhill from there. You should have stayed your ass put. So I feel good. I feel good about us against
Okay.
the Raiders. And come on, bro.
And then week
You
2,
got Pierce.
Atlanta, y'all.
I love Antonio Pierce, but come on, man.
Right. Will, you got questions? You said another
I
question.
said y'all got KC week 2.
I mean, I'm going to pull for my team. I just don't know what's going to happen in Kansas City. You know,
I dig it.
I think obviously Kansas City is deadly because of the quarterback and the dang on tight end. But after that, I'm not quite sure what they have.
Yeah, and if your defense
Thank you.
step up the way it's supposed to step
Besides
up.
Andy Reid, you know,
Yeah.
Thank
Andy
you.
and the reason
Bro.
monster, but I hate to say this, but I think Kansas City gonna have an injury that's gonna pretty much derail their season. They've been lucky the last couple of
At
seasons.
what position?
I ain't gonna say it.
Hopefully not the if they have an injury at the quarterback, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a
It's a
season
wrap.
over for them.
They gonna shut the whole league down if that happens.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
They gonna-
there's gonna be some conspiracy stuff. But when you
Yeah.
look at how deep they are at wide receiver,
But
Unproven.
they have unproven wide receivers.
Unproven.
They brought Juju back, man. I tell
they
you,
brought
now.
Juju back.
Juju
they
got
got-
cut by a sorry team. They brought him back. So come on, man. So,
Rich,
I'm not
unproven.
even gonna hold him.
Unproven.
I'm not even gonna hold him.
Unproven. That's all I'm gonna say. Come on,
I'm just
man.
saying, I'm just when you look at it, is McCole Hartman? I mean, that's Telly's boy. He came out. I ain't gonna say he's your boy, but he played at Georgia.
Well, he's a University
Is
of Georgia guy. He's a gadget guy. So
He is a gadget guy.
yeah, he
What
does that
Steve
well.
Rice did last year.
Rasheed White's gonna have too much on his plate, man. If he don't
Xavier
ball
Worthy.
out, if he don't ball out for his first 2 games, then he going to jail.
Xavier Worthy
I'm sorry for
gonna
laughing like
realize
that,
he
bro.
got to run more than them deep balls. He
Right.
got to run more than them deep routes in order to get
Right.
a lot of receptions.
And he
He
don't
gonna
want
realize that quick.
and he don't want to catch the ball short because he's gonna get nailed. And he's not a big guy. Remember?
He's not. But I think, my personal opinion, I think he's going to be a difference maker on that team. And I think with all those weapons out there, it's going to be interesting.
It's gonna
Hey,
be
Rich,
interesting, but his highlight.
correct me if I'm go ahead.
Go ahead, Corey. I'm going to tell you.
Corey.
So correct me if I'm wrong though, like Telly was saying. All right, so we giving all this props to the offense as we should. But if we remember last year, their defense won that Super Bowl. Also, if we remember last year with dealing with the defense, Snead is gone to the Titans. They number one shutdown corner. He gone. Who filling the spot? Who filling that spot?
Hope.
So the Wiz Creed, exactly. Hey, everybody hyping them because of their offense. They got Jones on the line. Well,
Yeah,
who
Chris
else?
Jones is the beast.
Who else? Come on, man. They miss me with all that, man. All that overhype shit. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to cuss. All the overhype. Like, let give them a couple of games first. Let's see what we're talking about. Watch.
Okay, absolutely.
And y'all know what's gonna happen week 1. We already talking about it now. After week 1, they going to the Super Bowl. They going to the Super Bowl.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Projected to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
That's one of them that's still blowing my mind.
No, you know what I'm saying, Rich. Like,
I got you.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
After week 1, and depending on how these games look, they going to the Super Bowl. You can mark them in. I ain't talking about Kansas City.
Because
absolutely. Absolutely.
It's always them picking their favorite. You know, they got a lot of whole bandwagoners now. As far as fans and analysts and announcers, they're bandwagoners.
Right.
Because I mean, even with y'all know how we are. Like, it is so bad that we are frowned upon so much. The NFC South. I hate it. I hate that trash. We have the Cowgirls. Yeah, I said it. We got the Cowgirls week 2. And
upset alert. Y'all will win that one.
Yes, we will.
All right. Hey, so since we're doing picks, man, let's roll into these picks for week 1. Game September 5th through the 9th. All right. So I'm gonna keep track so I can talk trash to y'all.
When you're wrong.
Right. All right. So we got first game is tomorrow, 8:20 Eastern time. We got Baltimore, Kansas City. Who you got? Rich, who you got?
Where they playing?
They playing in Kansas City.
KC.
All right. What you got, Corey?
KC.
Will?
Yep. KC.
I got Baltimore. Friday game.
That's a Brazil game.
The Brazil game. Green Bay or Eagles?
Because I'm a hater.
Eagles.
Green Bay.
Will, you got Eagles. Rich, you got who? Rich?
I said Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. Corey got Eagles.
I'm going Eagles all day.
I got Green Bay.
I don't believe in Green Bay, Telly. I don't believe in Green Bay.
I don't either, but I believe less in Philly right now. All right. Now we on Sunday, big day Sunday. Battle of Florida. Jacksonville, Miami. Who you got?
Miami.
I'm going with the Hawaiian assassin.
Yeah, Miami it is.
Miami
for me too. Patriots and Bengals.
Bengals. Hell yeah, Bengals.
Next. That's not even banner worthy. That's not banner worthy.
Houston, Indianapolis.
Ooh, I'm going with CJ.
I'm going with CJ. Yeah.
Come on. What you got, Will?
Houston.
All right.
Yep.
I got Houston. I got Houston. Nope, I got Houston.
Hey, I would love to go with another Richardson, but you're coming back from a shoulder injury, so I gotta see, bro.
Right.
I mean, you play
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Fact. So next game is Vikings Giants.
Vikings.
I'm going Vikings.
As long as Daniel
Sam
quarterback.
Sam Darnold gonna show out.
What you got? Will?
Oh yeah, say Vikings. Vikings.
Okay. All right. Panthers Saints.
You know I'm going my goddamn Saints.
Nobody.
Nothing else.
It's a tie.
It's gonna be a draw.
It's not even gonna be a televised game. Nobody.
Damn draw.
It's
I put a dash for you. For it.
Oh man, goddamn time, boy.
Arizona and the Bills. Arizona, the Bills. Who we got?
Bills.
Cardinals.
Will said the Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison break out.
No, Will ain't said the
Week
Cardinals.
one.
Will said
Who said?
Bills.
Oh, Corey said that.
Oh,
Yeah, Corey said. You said Bills. Rich?
I said the Bills.
I said Bills.
All right, I got
Corey said the
Arizona.
Cardinals.
I got Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely.
My Falcons against them sorry ass Steelers.
Ooh, I'm going with the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons.
Steelers, baby. Come on, man. Hey, what we doing?
Hey,
What we doing?
he already said that. He said it before. He said, look, he said first week I'm cheering for the Steelers. I ain't mad at him. Do what you gotta do. Tennessee or the Bears.
Oof.
Tennessee.
I
going Tennessee.
I like Caleb Williams in the offense better than I like Will Levis.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Bears.
He got Bears. Rich got Bears. All right. Raiders against Chargers.
I'm going Raiders. Minshew gonna get them.
Nah, I'm going with Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers, man.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm with
Chargers. Got too many unknowns, man. Chargers got too many unknowns.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Boondocks.
We'll see.
Boondocks, we got some
Hey,
unknowns.
that's the Baltimore team West. That's what I'm going with.
Right.
Look, we got
Broncos.
unknowns and known knowns, like in Boondocks.
Right. Broncos and Seahawks.
Seattle.
I just hate Denver because of Elway. I'm calling a spade, man. I don't like that.
You got Corey.
Oh.
Broncos.
All right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even hear who they were playing, man. Running back.
Yeah.
Broncos and Seahawks.
Seahawks, man. Gino, let's go.
Yep.
Yes,
All right. That's a sweep for Seahawks. Washington against them Bucks.
Oh shit, that's easy.
I ain't even got to vote.
Daniels, baby.
Huh?
I ain't even got to vote.
Aiden Daniels.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's no shade. That's just where I'm at.
Hey, that is shade, mofo.
Hey.
That is shade.
That
Ain't
damn
no way, man.
hey, that star against them Cleveland Browns.
Browns.
I want
Browns.
Cleveland to win. So I'm
Man.
a
D-Watt returns. D-Watt returns with
I'm
a
gonna have
vengeance.
to go with that. I'm gonna have to go with that unnamed team.
Yep.
Ah.
I knew one of y'all was gonna fold. LA
knew
against Detroit.
Detroit. Yep.
Hopefully they win
yeah.
so they can lose to us week 2. Yeah, I like
Right.
that. Let them win.
All right.
Let's go, Detroit.
All right, big Monday night game. Jets against the 49ers. Is Aaron Rodgers gonna do
49ers.
something?
Man, 49ers.
49ers.
Man.
Yeah.
49ers.
And I hate to say that because I
Welcome
hey,
back, A-Rod. Welcome back.
Frodo.
Hey, so let me throw this at you though. Robert Saleh knows that team, knows 49ers. In and out.
He does.
Jets got a great defense. They didn't have a quarterback.
They
last
do. They
year.
do.
They got really good. If Aaron Rodgers, it's his first game. He lasts more than 4 plays, dog. And Brock Purdy still, to me, is not that guy.
No, I agree.
He's not that guy.
I agree,
So-
but like we said earlier, man, and I know Brock Purdy was one of the biggest people that was offended with Cam Newton's comment about game changers and game managers.
But he proved his point, though.
He
Yep.
brought up a very good point. That doesn't negate the fact that all those weapons that Brock Purdy has surrounded them.
True.
You know, just like Kirk Cousins, we want to see what happens with him coming off an injury. I want to see the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. And if you can last more than 4 plays, I mean, there may be something to say. The Jets, for the last couple of years, have a phenomenal defense. But I think, man, the Jets' Achilles heel is goddamn Aaron Rodgers and his personality and how he actually gets into his players.
And he
That
messes with them, and he throws
messes
them off
with
their
them.
game.
That's some
He
plays
throws
a
them
lot
off
of
their
ball,
game.
man.
But that man can sling that rock when he on. He on.
He
So
gets-
for me, I went for the upset. I'm pulling for the Jets on this one.
It's one of them, man. Like,
hey,
all right,
I
so
love
I hate the 49ers
I
because
love
the
an
49ers
underdog story.
Mm.
But I'm not going against the 49ers because Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron
Well,
Rodgers, but I also know Aaron Rodgers can be a cancer to his teammates because of his demeanor and his personality. Hell,
For
you're trying to
sure.
run for Congress. Come on, man.
Hey,
For
well,
sure,
check this
for
out.
sure.
So
So
me-
that's the picks, man.
So with me back in the day, I don't know, Frodo, if you remember this, but the 49ers used to be in our division before they changed, to NFC South. And that's who
Yeah, I
always
remember.
would knock 49ers always knocked us out of the playoffs, man. I can't stand the 49ers. Plus, I hate them because of my cousin. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's some
Hey, so we got all the picks, right?
Right.
And
all the
then-
picks done.
All
All the
right.
picks done.
but I don't
All
like
right,
Aaron
fellas.
Rodgers.
Week 1, baby.
Until
Week
we
1
do
done.
this,
Week 1 done.
one down, baby.
Yeah.
One down.
Woo, I love it. I love it. I
Hey.
love it.
Next week, let's get ready.
Get
Hey,
ready,
what?
baby.
Sir.